We'll be right back in just a moment.
650 cubic inches of V8 power. But now, all of a sudden, there's a new revolution on the horizon. V6 power, twin turbochargers. Buddy Ingersol is the driver. Buick Motor Corporation is the people behind the effort. And Buddy, first off, for those who may not understand what this twin turbocharged 6-cylinder motor can do, give us just a brief description.
Well, it's a V6, 268 cubic inches. It runs on gasoline. It's intercooled. It's got twin turbos on it, and it's fuel injected. It's basically something like the same thing you can buy at a regular Buick dealership.
Let me ask you why the major effort by Buick and yourself to put this car together.
Well, the V6 is about the biggest motor they're going to build anymore. They're phasing out all the V8 cars, and Buick has been heavily into the turbocharged cars, as evident in the V6 that set on a pole at Indy last year. And most of the other manufacturers are all V6s too, are 4-cylinders. So we think that the V6 is the big motor of the future.
Well, it's no secret that the manufacturers look to the V6 as the future, but some of the other racers here at the track are not in favor of the idea.
Well, I think they brought it out a little too quick. Nobody had any knowledge of it until we got down here. And everybody's spent a lot of money on motors this year to run fast, and now we find out maybe they're going to be obsolete.
I don't like it. It's not the driver himself or anything. It's just, well, take the Indy cars. They had to put pop-off valves on those things to stop them from going so fast. There's no limit there. I mean, you can go anywhere with the power you make with that motor. And I'm really scared of what that car can do. Plus, I'm scared what teams like Rear and Morrison, Jenkins, LaPone can do, because they've got so much General Motors support. I know a lot of these engineers through the NASCAR program with the Petties. I've met them and whatnot, and from what they've told me, it's unbelievable the kind of power the V6 can make.
I've got mixed feelings. I like the program. I think it's a very good program. I'm just not sure whether it should be mixed together with the current pro stock cars. I think it would be better in the long run if they would just tell us in a couple years that's the kind of cars we're going to run, and then I think it'd be good. But when you get different kinds of combinations all running together, we'll just have to wait and see how it works out. It might be good. It's good to get manufacturers involved in racing, and I think it's good that Buick is interested. I just hope it works out.
Well, they have a bit of work to do on that turbocharged V6 motor. The car failed to qualify here this weekend. We get set now to go pro stock racing, and it'll be Billy Ewing in the far lane against second-generation driver Tim Nabors, the top qualifier in this division, in the far lane. Make that the near lane. Nabors in the near lane and Ewing in the far lane.
As we get set to watch these two neighbors go after each other, there's one comment about Alan's words. I think it showed a great deal of foresight and wisdom.
And in the near lane, Tim Nabors appears to have the lead as they near the line, and he beats Billy Ewing.
Well, a couple of Georgia natives. Both of these guys come from around where John Paul Jr. used to live and Bill Elliott now lives. And as you can see, Nabors gets the win here from the guy who lives down the street.
Young man who is following in the footsteps of his father, and here is the replay.
You can see both of them are smoothly through the lights at the start. Both of them moving up through the gears with all due haste and a great deal of nice rhythm on both of their behalves, but Nabors just put it all together just a little bit better than his competitor.
Just about a car length win for Tim Nabors from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
They are in the same bracket that Bruce Allen and Darrell Alderman are going together for, so the winner there will have a big order.
Rickie Smith against Bob Harris in this next race. Rickie Smith in the near lane and Harris in the far lane. Both raise their front wheels off the ground as they come off the line. Looks like Harris may have the advantage. No, at the top end, Rickie Smith pulls off the win.
Rickie Smith just at the very end of that race, found a few more horses, and powered through the through the finish line. You can see right there, 7.45 seconds, 192 miles an hour. There gives you an indication of how quickly he came on at the very end. That's extremely close to the track speed record here at the Rock.
This was a good race. Watch Harris in the far lane, the blue car, lead almost all the way down, but right at the top end, Rickie Smith grabs the win.
And Rickie has made the switch from Thunderbird from last year to Mustang this year.
Rickie Smith advances, and next to go will be Roy Hill in the near lane against Terry Adams in the far lane. We talked to Roy Hill about how he determines his lane choice.
Awful lot. My crew chief, Bill Smith, looks the lanes over real good and comes back and gives me his opinion and evaluates things. And I sort of have to go with what he says. Wherever he says we need to go, we go to if we've got a lane choice.
Those are the comments from Roy Hill as he gets set to go in his budget-sponsored Ford, and his opponent will be Terry Adams in the far lane.
Terry Adams in the far lane in that beautiful black and gold machine. He turned in his finest qualifying time ever at 7.37. He certainly is lean on experience in comparison to his competitor, but he comes into this particular matchup here with a little bit of confidence.
The light goes on, and Roy Hill just a little out of shape in the near lane, but he stands on it, drives it down the lane, and he beats, I believe, Terry Adams, although it was a close race.
It was very close, but the power of that Ford block really showed through again at the top end. Terry Adams, the man, and there it is, 7.55 for your winner. Yes, it is. It's Roy Hill. I was about to tell you that Terry Adams, who used to live in Junior Johnson's hometown, Wilkesboro, now he's moved to Millers Creek, but that must be near Junior's town, too.
Again, right at the top end, Roy Hill pulling out the win, but a close race. 187.1 miles an hour there on that Roy Hill run. Well, Bruce Allen and Darrell Alderman coming up now. We ask Alderman about lane choice.
I try to watch the cars that run in front of me and, and see what happens to them, how good they, which one wins, which one goes fast, and then, we determine which lane we want if we have lane choice.
Bruce Allen, near lane, Darrell Alderman in the far lane, and this should be a good race.
Allen is always capable of 190-mile-an-hour runs. Kind of ironic that Darrell Alderman is facing Bruce Allen, because when Alderman first started going well in drag racing, it seemed like he kept drawing Lee Shepard, and so the tradition continues, him going up against Rear and Morrison.
Very similar-looking cars come down, but it's Bruce Allen in the near lane pulling off the win.
Boy, there are times when Bruce Allen looks as superior as Al Hobart does in IMSA. Is that right, too? No, 190 miles an hour. That's a little more accurate. They flashed a 207 up there, and I was going to say, I know that Bruce is fast, but he's not
quite
a magician.
That fast. Right. 190.27 for the Levi Garrett-sponsored machine of Bruce Allen.